Hello everyone, my name is Comic DJ and today I'm going to be giving you tips on how to grow your comic book YouTube channel. Let me start by saying if you're only on YouTube just to upload your comic books for friends, this may not be the video for you. You're probably content with, 10 subscribers, 20 subscribers. That's cool. I don't hate on that, but I'm just saying if you really want to be creative, if you really want to grow your channel and you want to get away from just showing the physical comic book, this is going to be for you. So I would say the very first thing is sit down, watch some bigger YouTubers that you like and say, what are they doing right? Now, again, this is directed only at comic books or comic book related world stuff. So Variant Comics, he has 1 million subscribers, right? He doesn't show physical comic books, but he talks about the comic book characters. That's where I'm, would like to get at ultimately. So if you're looking to grow more in that vision, this is going to be really great for you. So watch some of these guys, okay? Are they entertaining? How long are their intros? Do they even have an intro? Look at their thumbnails. Watch their videos and say, wow, okay, that's great. Now look at your own video and be honest. Don't lie to yourself. Are you making videos that look great like that? Or are you just showing yourself or just showing a comic book for 20 minutes and you're hitting play? You're not editing your videos at all. You're making 30, 1 minute, 3 minute, intros. You have to be engaging. You really got to understand what is your audience, okay? For someone who's only going to show older books, it may be okay for you to just show those books, Again, this probably isn't going to be for them, for those type of YouTubers. If you strictly want to show that, your audience might be an older audience where they don't mind looking at a comic book, for 20 minutes, or they might not mind hearing your story the whole time. But YouTube as a whole is a very young website. Honestly, it is. And if you want to engage the youth, you need to really understand how their minds work. See, I'm not that young, I'm 26, but I'm also not that old. So I still understand how the youth works. You have like 3 to 5 seconds to engage them. From the moment they hit your video, you need to engage their mind, okay? Things like this. Did you see how I did that? Okay, so while they're watching you, you move around. So right now I'll be talking like this and I will literally move my body. I will cut it. You won't see me do this right here. Okay, but you'll see me move. Okay, so what does that do for your audience? It engaged them. They saw something happen. Okay, they feel like, wow, this is a better video. It's a more professional video. Instead of you just talking and you just sitting there and you're monotoned and this is my new book and you're smiling. People don't want to watch that. Again, if you're into that older style, hey, that's your style. But I'm just saying, if you really want to engage and maximize your potential, then follow these tips. Now, let's go ahead and look at one of my older videos because it'd be really wrong for me to look at other people's video. This is when I was very, very young. Look at this terrible video, man. This is bad, right? I'm just showing my face a little bit. I'm discussing, I'm talking, but it's not very engaging, right? You don't get that personal look. It's lower than me. It's not eye level or even higher. And it's a decent scenery, Marvel-wise, but it's not that great. It's not that engaging. Now, look at this video. This was a more modern video. Look at the intensity, man. Look at the way I'm excited. I was feeling. Did you see the way I jumped like that? It's really much more engaging, And this is the very beginning. Instead of an intro, look at the way that I jump back and forth. Now, people are much more likely to watch a video like this. Another very common mistake I see and I've done before is unboxing. You literally unbox in front of people. Man, people do not care. People do not want to watch you open up a box. Look at this. Look how boring this is. I think this was probably like my first 10 to 20 videos, maybe even fewer or less. And I didn't know at the time. I think this was my first ever unboxing. What I would suggest to people is go ahead and cut it up. Okay, you see how I did that? Oh, I guess even in this video, I was smart enough to stop showing you the box. But, definitely be better to already have it opened right there and then show you what I have inside. Look, I understand you want to show people the unboxing, but people don't want to see you open a cardboard box, okay? Go ahead and open it up for them. The next thing I'm going to say is get some white lights, okay? Now, don't hate on me right now. I'm literally living in a hotel, so you're lucky that I even brought all this equipment with me. I actually have a light right above my head. Let me show you the difference. That's what it looks like when I turn off my white light right now. And this is the disgusting yellow light. Yellow looks terrible on camera. Can you see that? Can you see that? Now, see, I do have the outside light on, or the windows open for the sun, so it looks a little bit better. But now look at me. Look at the white light, the natural light. It really does something to people's mind. And again, you need to captivate your audience, okay? The people that are watching you, whether they think about it or not, they're looking at these things subconsciously, okay? They're looking at your lighting. They're looking at your audio. They're looking for that engagement. Again, you just saw me move again. And those little things, a little bit of editing makes the difference in your video, even if it's the exact same video. Another very important thing is your audio, okay? I'm not saying you have to buy an AT2020 like I have, okay? I have a stand for it. It's a long arm that I got off Amazon. I have the whole shenanigan. I got all of it, man. It's a great system. I'm not saying you have to have that, but what I am saying is you don't want to have a webcam microphone. There's nothing more annoying than hear you talking through an echo, okay? Do you have a buzzing on your videos? Do you have kids in the back? Do you have dogs in the back? You really need to take this in consideration. Again, if you only make the video just cause, that's fine. But then again, you probably wouldn't be watching this video, okay? Now, if you're still here, that means you probably don't want to just show the comic book. For example, I could show you a comic book, but for me, it's kind of boring and also it's much more expensive. Personally, what I do is I probably buy comic books once or twice a week, and they're more modern now, and I show them, and then I also cover comic book news. I do comic book movie reviews. I do, TV shows like Daredevil reviews. Those are all free, man. That's awesome, right? Like, or very cheap, right? You can go see Civil War and do a review on it, and you can have fun doing it, and it's exciting, and that's so much cheaper than how I used to do my comic book channels. And I would go out and I would spend $100 to get this 9-point blah, 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 or I would get this signed, or I get this CGC'd, and I love it. I really do. But for me personally, it just got too expensive, and I find it so much easier to make the videos and so much more fun and fulfilling when you're doing something news-wise, if that makes sense. So let's look here at my Moon Knight review. This is more recent as well, and look at the difference, right? Now, obviously, you're not going to hear my voice in it because I muted it, but it's so much better to show somebody the digital copy or even some free images that you found off of Google, right? Because now you're not just talking about the comic book, you're showing them, okay? And it would be a lot faster, but again, I'm talking over my already established video. And this was actually the first time that I ever did this sort of video. I wanted to test it out. I bought the whole digital one off of marvel.com or whatever, and people absolutely loved it, man. It was a huge hit. Now, why was this a huge hit? Because I asked myself, what can I do special? What can I do that these other people aren't doing? What can you do proprietary? Proprietary means, what do you offer that other people are not doing? Now listen, I got it. I know there's people out there that are doing this, but they're not doing it with the mixture of showing physical comic books, right? I think from what I've seen, the 100,000s and up comic book people, they're not showing physical comic books anymore. They've evolved from that, you know what I'm saying? And they only show the digital copy. So I still like to show physical copies, and that's where I feel like my comic book channel is proprietary or unique in that sense. So I'm not telling you to copy me. It's not really unique. To be honest, what I'm doing is not unique. I understand that, but I'm just saying, there's let's just say there's 10 people doing what I'm doing, as to oppose to where there's thousands of people showing comic book. Now, why would people watch you? What would make you so special? You have to find that thing that makes you special, or else people would just look up the comic book, right? Because they don't really care about the comic book that you got, because your personality probably isn't that special, just like mine isn't that special. When they come to your channel, you need to offer something to them, or at least in their mind, they need to feel like you offer them something that no other channel is going to do. So again, watch your videos. Ask yourself, is this really the best I could do? And if it is, then great, you're doing a good job. If you could do better, if your lighting, if your audio, if your engagement, if your enthusiasm could be better, then just look yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I really need to improve. All right. So again, I want to show my own channel just so that way I'm not talking about other people's channels negatively. Now let's look at the bottom right. These are very old. These are 3 months ago, man. Wow. At this point in my life, I felt like I was doing so good, right? Now look at the covers, these thumbnails. I didn't make those at all. I hope you can see it. Look how lazy that is. All I would do was upload a video and then I would let YouTube pick the thumbnail for me. Look how lazy that is. There's just a couch and there is, my comic book right there that it just randomly picked. And look at this one, same thing. Now look at this laziness of this unboxing right here. It's me. And again, I didn't pick this, YouTube picked it for me, me with some scissors, and I'm cutting open a box. That is pure laziness. There is no reason at all that somebody who does not know you would see that on the side and say, oh, that looks interesting. Maybe I should click that. No one's going to click that, guys, honestly. And again, 3 months ago, I thought like, oh man, I'm the best I could ever be. But you should always try to improve yourself. So this is an older one of mine. And this was like one of my first thumbnails where I really started, doing something creative. And it's very basic. I did this off of Photoshop. It's not phenomenal by any means. I've gotten way better. But look how much more engaging that is. Orlando Comic-Con in pickups. And I put myself upside down with Captain America's shield and a Santa Claus hat. That's much more engaging than seeing a comic book that is just pure laziness. Then the next evolution was, okay, look at this. I'd take some of the comic books that I got. That way I'm still showing you what I got on the cover, but I would have my face looking crazy. And I would make a yellow background and I would put the comic book haul and I would tilt it sideways and put a box in it. Here's another example. Look how much better it looks when you put a little bit of effort into it, right? Now, obviously, I have a long ways to go. I'm far from perfect, but it's just much better looking. And this is really the first thing that people see, especially people who do not already subscribe. This is what they're seeing. Amazing Fantasy 15, restored comic book, should you buy? Like, I felt like that was a discussion or a news outlet that nobody else was talking about, that no one talks about. That was just something that you could offer special. And this is my most recent one. This was me at the Comic-Con, not me in the Power Ranger suit. I took this photo and then I slapped on the Comic-Con sticker and wha-bam. And man, it's a big hit, because people are like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Look at that Power Ranger. People that don't know you. Let me click on that picture. So thumbnails probably is the most important thing, I would say, or it's definitely up there in the top 2 or top 3, because that is what people see before they see your video. If you don't have a good thumbnail, you don't have an engaging thumbnail, nobody's going to watch you. And why would they watch you? Because if you don't care about your channel enough to even put a little bit of effort in there for the thumbnail, why would anybody care about you or your channel? Now, right here, I'm going to go ahead and put the resolution. I know that's super lazy looking, but who cares, right? I'm just trying to give you a little bit of advice right now. If you are going to make a customized thumbnail from Photoshop or some other place, what YouTube prefers is 1280 by 720. Again, the number is 1280 by 720. Now this number is important so that way you can get the thumbnail to fit exactly how you want it. If you do 500 by 500, it's going to be too small. There's going to be a big black bold missing spots, or it's going to look way too overblown if you do a larger size. 1280 by 720 offers you exactly what YouTube wants, and nothing could be better. And my final tip to benefit your comic book specific YouTube channel would be, do not be afraid to get some dislikes. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Me personally, again, I started off strictly Silver Age, strictly showing the comic book channel, and then I switched to like a more news, but still mixed in with comic book stuff and comic book movies and stuff. And I got a lot of dislikes on some videos. And yeah, sure, it chipped a little bit of my shoulder, but I pressed on, moved on, and I'm having way more fun now than I ever was doing like Comic-Cons. And, one day I want to vlog to different comic book stores. And I've done that before, but those type of things for me were more fulfilling than just showing the comic book. So don't be afraid to get dislikes. Like, I liked Civil War. Don't get me wrong. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And everybody loved it. So I knew in my mind, if I gave this a 7 or 8 out of 10, I'd get tons of dislikes. And guess what? I gave it like a 7, 7.5. That was like tons of dislikes. But I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to do what makes me happy. And you should also do what makes you happy. If you hate a movie, if you hate a trailer, go ahead and make a review how you hated it. Don't be scared to get 1,000 dislikes. Who cares if you get 1,000 dislikes? Because guess what, man? If you keep doing what you're going to do, eventually, long term, you're going to get people who want to help you and who like you and who subscribe to you. Thank you very much for making it to the end of my video. If you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and give me hashtag DJ with 2J, so DJJ, and I'll know that you are loyal, made it to the end. If you need any tips, let me know in a message or something. Hit me up. You can write in the comments too if you don't mind being public, but if you need some personal help, go ahead and hit me up. Honestly, that's why I made this video, because I get asked all the time on Twitter. I get asked all the time in messages, hey DJ, can you give me some tips? And it's very difficult to message a whole lot of people. So if you want some one-on-one, you hit me up after watching the full video, which you must have by now. Until next time, everybody, I'm Comic DJ signing out. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure to check out some of my other videos, like over here, the Tidewater Virginia Beach Comic-Con. It was a blast, and there's some great cosplay in it. And below that, restored comic books. Should you buy them? Take care of yourselves, everybody. Peace!